Most men give up too soon. They assume they've lost before the battle even begins. She's pulling away, acting distant, not responding like she used to, and it feels like it's over. But what if this is an opportunity? Instead of chasing, begging, or losing self-respect, you can turn the situation in your favor. Women don't just wake up one day and stop feeling something. It happens gradually. Initially, there was excitement, mystery, and challenge, but now she knows exactly how you feel and it's predictable. She subconsciously tests your emotional control, wondering if you'll panic or remain unshaken. Attraction isn't built on words but on distance, tension, and emotions. Most men fail because they push harder when she pulls back. Texting more, calling more, trying harder. The harder they push, the more attraction dies because if she doesn't have to work for your attention, she won't value it. When a woman pulls away, it's often a subconscious test. She might not even plan it, but her instincts are watching. She wants to see if you're emotionally strong enough to handle the shift. Will you chase her, or will you hold your ground? Will you prove you have options, or will you act desperate? Most men fail instantly by reacting emotionally, texting again when she ignores them, asking if everything is okay when she takes longer to respond, and trying to reschedule when she cancels plans. Each reaction confirms that she is in full control. But the men who stand out do something different. They don't chase, they don't beg, and they don't react emotionally. That's when she starts to feel something unexpected, regret. Women don't fall in love with presence, they fall in love with absence. The less you give away freely, the more she values what she gets. If something is always available, it loses value. But when something disappears, it creates a craving. Pulling back at the right time is one of the most powerful moves you can make. Stop being predictable. Don't text first. Ignore her posts. Prioritize yourself instead of adjusting your schedule for her. When you stop reacting instantly, she starts wondering why. Did he lose interest? Is he seeing someone else? The moment you stop giving freely, she starts missing you. Most men try to fix a situation like this with words. They think if they explain how much they care, she'll come back. But attraction doesn't work like that. Instead, you need to match her energy. If she's distant, don't overcompensate. Pull back and stay neutral. If she reaches out, respond, but don't overinvest. If she comes back after being distant, most men make the mistake of welcoming her too easily. She disappears for a week, then texts, "Hey," and they jump at the opportunity. Big mistake. Instead, stay calm. Don't act like her message is the best thing that's happened to you. Let her work for it. If she disappeared, she needs to prove she's serious about coming back. Don't fall into old patterns. Let her feel the distance before giving her too much attention again. If you do this, she'll respect you more because now she knows she can't take you for granted. Not every woman will come back, and that's okay. If she pulls away and never returns, she just saved you from wasting more time on the wrong person. You don't want a woman who stays only when you chase her. You want a woman who stays because she values you enough to choose you. Instead of waiting for her to come back, focus on yourself. The more you chase someone who doesn't want to be caught, the further they run. But the second you stop running, you'll realize you were always ahead. Silence is one of the most powerful responses you can give. Most men argue, explain, or fight for attention when a woman pulls away. But silence speaks louder than words. It creates mystery, uncertainty, and a shift in emotional power. At first, she won't notice. She assumes you'll check in, send a text, or try to fix things. But days pass, then weeks, and suddenly, she realizes something is different. You're no longer predictable. You're no longer the guy who always checks in. Instead, you've disappeared from her world, and that creates a void she wasn't expecting. It forces her to reevaluate her feelings for you. Most women assume men will always be available. They believe that you'll still be there waiting no matter how much they pull away. Why wouldn't they? Most men chase. Most men can't handle a woman's distance. But when you don't act like most men, when you choose silence over chasing, it disrupts her expectations. She starts wondering, why isn't he reacting? Why hasn't he tried to talk to me? Is he moving on? And those thoughts spark emotions she never expected. It forces her to ask, "Did I misjudge him?" That one question alone creates a wave of emotions that she isn't prepared for.